Welcome. Domain Dave here again, as always, for cheapwinefinder.com. We have another podcast for a wine we wrote up on the cheapwinefinder.com website, like we always do for 15 years, podcast for a little over 3 years. We write about wines, usually under $20, except around the holidays we go upscale a little bit, but not too much, because there's so much money being spent, there's no reason to spend it when you don't need to. And here we've got a really nice wine. It's a Trader Joe's wine. I'll get into that a little bit. It's the Coy Natural Malbec 2022 from the Uco Valley in Argentina. It's made by Santa Giulia Wines, which is part of the Zuccardi Family Wines, and they're a really top-notch Argentinian producer. It's not on Santa Giulia's website. This is a natural wine, which means they're not doing a whole lot from the vineyard to the fermentation and beyond. They're not doing extra things that they don't actually need to do. They use organic grapes. Oh, another thing, I didn't say the price. $9.99. The only other place I found this one on the internet is a wine shop in Belgium, of all places, which gave me a little bit of information, like where the grapes came from. And they said this is an estate grown and produced wine, certified organic, vegan friendly. There's a process after everything's done and aged and they're getting ready to bottle the wine. It's called fining, which gets rid of anything that's left in the wine, any lumps of yeast or dead grapes, anything that kind of got through the process. And typically speaking, they use white egg whites, not white egg whites, egg whites to have things coagulate around it, and that's why its wine usually is non-vegan friendly. But there is some sort of mineral process you could do, and they did the mineral process with this one, so there is no egg white, so it is vegan friendly. It's also no sulfites added, which doesn't mean it's no sulfites. There's always sulfites in wine. You would literally have to go in there and take it out. It's part of the process of making wine, sulfites. What they don't do is add sulfites at the end as a preservative. So it's technically, compared to other wines, a low sulfite wine. A Coy, C-U-Y, and it's got a little picture one, a little green one on the label. It's a red, a pinkish red kind of thing with a green Coy. A Coy is a guinea pig that lives in the Andes, and it's not a child's first pet. No, it's on the menu, and supposedly it's at the finer places. It's supposed to be good eating. So I've never had guinea pig before, but I'm not too upset about it. I know Korea finally decided not to eat dog, which was always, like Americans didn't like that at all. But I'm not sure how upset you are about guinea pigs, but that's what this is. This is a wine that's, I don't know if it's made to go with guinea pig, but it's got one on the label, a green one. So how does it taste? It tastes really good. It's not complex, but the flavors have really good depth to them, and they're kind of rich and ripe. Blueberry. I'm going to take a sip. We'll talk about it. It's got a couple different kinds of spice, a candy spice and kind of an exotic spice. Blueberry, cassis, a ripe plum, pomegranate, some kind of dusty tannins, but it's, the tannins are sweet. They don't bite. Kind of maybe a strong tea on the mid-palate it's wrapped around all those fruit flavors. Not super complex, but the flavors are surprisingly good and deep. It's a tasty wine, and it's not a wine that I necessarily expect out of a Malbec, though I do like Malbecs. This is ripe and juicy without going overboard and being a fruit bomb. There's still some balance and some structure here that is very nice. I'll take another sip. This is a really tasty wine. sees no oak. It's all stainless steel. And like I said, it's low intervention. They don't go into detail, so what that actually means, I don't know. But when they say it's a natural wine, that's what it kind of means. I don't think there is any definition that they have to go by, but Santa Giulia and Zuccardi is not. They're a pretty top-notch winery. If they say something, I would tend to believe it. So this is a low intervention, good grapes, make a good wine kind of wine. That's very tasty, and I'm liking it. Take one more sip and we'll wrap it up. I don't know what else to tell you. It's $9.99. It's organic, vegan friendly. It's got a guinea pig on the cover that no one ate yet. And it tastes like blueberries. I like that. Yeah, it's really good tasting wine. This is a wine that is just easy to like. It's just really tasty, just really well made. Two types of spice. There's like a candyish, not sweet, candy spice on the main palate, and then there's this kind of a little bit rougher one on the exotic one on the mid palate. So you get that little yin yang thing going. Yeah, I like it. Tastes good. Trader Joe's. It's not on Santa Giulia's website, so I think it's the only place, unless you want to go to Belgium, which there's a place in Belgium that sells it for about $15 to $16. So adios, that's it for me, Domain Dave, cheapwinefighter.com. Like us where you like your podcasts. Push buttons and what have you. If you're looking for us on the web, sometimes it's easier to add the word podcast behind your search, because Google tends to put every single wine cellar in front of us and every other website about wine. So that's a pain in the butt. But if you do that, you should find us. So adios, keep it cheap. We've got more wines coming. Some people say this is a dry January, but we don't say that at all. Adios. Goodbye.